Hey, awesome people of YouTube, welcome to another Baldur's Gate 3 build guide. In this one, it's going to be one of the more popular ones, is a SorLock. Warlock and Sorcerer, Sorcerer, Warlock, however you want to say it. I usually say SorLock because it's better than other way. But before we get started on the video, I just want to say that if you enjoyed this type of content, do let me know by leaving a like, comment, and especially subscribing. I'm trying a new schedule with Monday, Wednesday, and Friday being shorts, and Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday videos, and Sunday is just my recoup time. And if you want to see some other build guides, do let me know down in the comments. Do check them out. And I do have my Discord. You can talk to me in there, suggest videos, build guides, whatever. And in there you'll also be able to check out when I stream. I usually stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 4 p.m. But I do have unscheduled streams. With that said, let's get into the video. So, we're gonna start with the best race for SorLock. You can go with Halfling or Half-Elf, right? There's also another good race, Human, because Human is more general one, you know, gives you Civil Militia and Human Versatility, which is not the greatest, but it's not the worst. High Half-Elf or High Elf gives you, they give you Ancestry, right? And the High Half-Elf gives you Dark Devotion and Civil Militia. They also have Dark Vision, and you get a free cantrip. Okay, Firebolt. Another good one is, like I said, Halfling, where you get Halfling Lock and Brave. But you cannot wear a shield. But it is good if you aim to land a lot of critical hits. Right? Those are your races: Halfling, High Half-Elf, Human, and High Elf. Right. Let's actually get into it. So you want to start with your Warlock, right? You can go with Sorcerer, but I prefer Warlock because Eldritch Blast is one of the better cantrips, because not a lot of stuff are resistant to force damage, right? Another good cantrip you can select is Blade Ward if you get to be up close, right? Those two are pretty good. For your subclass, that is up to you, to be honest, but a good one is both, what you call it, the Fiend, because you get Dark One Blessing. When you eliminate an enemy, you get a bit of HP, or temporary HP. Another good one is Great Old One, when you land a critical hit against the creature and nearby enemies must succeed a Wisdom saving throw or become frightened till the end of the next turn. It is really powerful with the later stages, where at level 5 you have 2 beams, at level 10 you have 3 beams, and each one can crit. So that's pretty good. So it depends if you want to be a little bit more kind of tanky, go with the Fiend, or if you want to be able to do a little bit more damage and frighten enemies, go with the Great Old One. I'll go with the Great Old One, this one. For your spells, Distant Whisper is pretty good, just so you have a chance to frighten them. Tasha Hideous Laughter is also not bad, but if you don't go with Tasha Hideous Laughter, I would definitely suggest Hex. You know? So, with those two, for your ability stat points, you definitely don't need Strength and not, no Intel, right? So I'll definitely go with something like this. 8 Strength because you're not Strength based. Intel, not much. Wisdom just for that bit of what you call it? Wisdom saving throws. Sorry. Charisma, because that's where your damage comes from, and you can also be a party face, so you can talk and you get +3 to charisma checks. If you get Auntie Ethelhair, you'll get to 18, which gives you +4, and eventually you can get up to 20 to 22. Constitution 14, just to be able to be tanky, get Constitution saving throws, and have more hit points. Dexterity, just so you can get a little bit more armor, and you can get higher initiative, which allow you to go first or closer to first in a battle, right? For skill proficiency, that is up to you. It depends on the background you chose, right? Some of the good backgrounds is Charlatan for Deception and Sleight of Hand, and those are charisma based. Another one is Entertainer for acrobatics and performance. Acrobatics is dexterity skill, while performance is charisma. Those are pretty good, right? For other than that, Arcana you don't necessarily need. Definitely Intimidation and Deception if you want to. You know, again, that's up to you because that is what you want your character to be at, or to be. Maybe pick your name, right? That's level 1, pretty easy. You're primarily going to be utilizing your Eldritch Blast. So level 2, excuse me, you're going to go with the Warlock again. You get an extra spell slot and you get 2 passives, right? For your spells, you can go with Arms of Hadar or Armor of Agathis. It depends if you're getting to be hit a little bit more, go with the Armor of Agathis. But you can go with Tasha's Laughter if you want to take out enemies, especially early on. Another good one is Hellish Rebuke. But Tasha's Laughter, it is concentration, but if you can make an enemy laugh and make them just not be able to do anything, it is huge. Now for Eldritch Invocation, the huge one is Agonizing Blast. When you cast Eldritch Blast, add your Charisma modifier to the damage it deals, unless it's negative. So since you have a lot of Charisma, you'll be able to do more damage. Right? And another one is Repelling Blast. When you hit a creature with an Eldritch Blast, you can push the creature up to 4.5 meters away from you. Which means, especially in Act 1, you can push them off the cliffs, push them off ledges, either making them take extra damage, make them go prone, or just straight up eliminating them. That can be massive, especially in the higher difficulties. Right? You don't need to replace spells. So that is it for Warlock. From here, excuse me, you're gonna multi-class straight into the Sorcerer, right? For cantrips, you can go, if you are not half-elf or high half-elf, you can go with Firebolt. If you are them, obviously you should have that. You can go with Acid Splash, Ray of Frost. If you are getting hit still a little bit close, you can go with Shocking Grasp. The True Strike, again, you can also go with Bone Chill or Fiends. The cantrips are situational. Most of the time, you're gonna be just using straight up Eldritch Blast. It's just too good. For spells, Magic Missile is pretty good because not a lot of stuff take force damage, especially if you're fighting anti-Ethel. It will be useful. For another one, Chromatic Orb, because it does a lot of damage, 3d8. Right. For a subclass, if you want to be a little bit chaotic, Wild Magic if you just want to have chaos. But the best one would be for damage is Draconic Bloodline, right? So not only is it because you get extra hit points for each sorcerer level, which will give you extra 10 hit points, which might not look like a lot, but it is huge. You also get Tasha's Laughter, and you can get Draconic Ancestry, right? And you get Draconic Resilience. Dragons like scales cover parts of your skin. When you aren't wearing armor, your base armor class is 13, so that's huge. So what Draconic Ancestry is you pick the color red, black, blue, white, green, gold, silver, bronze, copper, brass, and it shows that you get fire, acid, lightning, cold, poison, you know. And what it does is whenever you hit level 6, the spells of that element will be more powerful, and you can become resistant to that element. Since most of the time you're going to be cast the fire ones, the good ones are red, brass, and gold, right? And if you can see closely, you have a little bit of scales, but you can get rid of them pretty easy, right? You can see you can pick how your scales look. If you don't want them, you can just get rid of them. So that's your level 3. You're still pretty much going to be utilizing Eldritch Blast for a bit until you get really good spells. Now at level 2, you get Meta Magic. But before, you get an extra spell slot, which a good one can be Ice Knife, or situationally Feather Fall, which can be pretty huge. For Meta Magic, definitely go with a twin spell. Spells that only target one creature can target an additional creature, which can be pretty huge, right? And another good one is Distant Spell. Increase range of spells by 50%. Melee spells get a range of 9. Pretty good. Right? You don't need to replace any spells. Now at level 5, get your level 3 sorcerers. Nothing much changes. You get additional meta magic stuff and a level 2 spell slot. Level 2 spell slot, definitely go with Scorching Ray. You have 3 rays that each one does 2 to 12. You know, so max you can do 6 by 36 damage. Can be pretty cool. Now for your other meta magic, definitely go with quicken spell. Sorry, spells that cost an action cost a bonus. Oh. No. Sorry. Believe, yeah, quicken spell. Spells that cost an action cost a bonus action instead. I believe, right? Yeah. Sorry, I thought it was something else. I apologize for that. Being goofy. And now at level 6 or source level 4, you get your first feat. Right? And you get an extra cantrip and stuff like that. And your cantrips do 2d10. So you can pick Firebolt or other cantrips, that is up to you. For your other spell, if you don't have anybody that does Whole Person, or if you want to have somebody else that also does it, Whole Person is amazing. Which makes a humanoid enemy still. They cannot move, act, or react, and if you melee attack them, they will always take critical hits. Another decent one for zoning is Circle of Dagger, or Cloud of Daggers, sorry. It's pretty good. Same with Mr. Steps, it's situational. Right? You don't need to replace stuff. For your feats, you can go with Alert, so you can get more initiative, so you're allowed to go faster in a battle, right? And you cannot be surprised, which doesn't happen as much. Another good one is Ability Score Improvement, or ASI. The reason why is if you get anti-Ethel here and you get your Charisma to 18, you'll be able to get your Charisma to 20, which will give you a lot better time doing damage and being a party face, right? So ASI is pretty good. For your level 5, you get the big thing, or level 7 overall. You get to have Fireball, which is massive. It does 8d6, 8 to 48 damage. And in the next level, it will do more because of your Draconic Ancestry, Fire one. Right? So here's you get your Elemental Affinity damage, where you can get resistant, or yeah, a resistant one to fire, and it'll cost you 1 sorcery point. But you get Elemental Affinity damage, where you add your Charisma modifier to damage, making it do even more damage. For your other spell, you get Lightning Bolt for creatures that are extremely weak to lightning. Okay. At level 7, you get a level 4 spell slot. So for this one, you can go with Wall of Fire. Again, creates a blazing wall of fire, burning anyone who dares stand close, or stand too close. It is huge for zoning, and it does a lot of damage. Another good one is Ice Storm. But since we're more fire-based, we're going to take Wall of Fire. Right. At level 10 or level 8 Sorcerer, you get you another feat and your other spell. So now you can get with Ice Storm. Right. Spells, it is personally up to you. So here, you can get Alert just so you get to go faster. Right. Another good one that would be, possibly a Spell Sniper, just so you need to roll 1 less for crits. But I like to go Alert because it allows me to go faster in a battle. At level 11 overall, you get your first level 5 spell slot. And here you can go with Insect Plague, Cone of Cold, Clouds, Cloud Kill, but a huge one is Hold Monster. It's same as Hold Person, but it's for a monster. Pretty huge. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show you level 12, but you still go with a Sorcerer. Right? That is it for the base leveling. Right? So, now we go for the equipment. And equipment is, that's a lot that can help you with your build quite effectively. So, I'll have to switch to my buddy because he is more Sorcerer. So for Act 1 early game, you want to use a Spell Sparkler because each hit generates a lightning charge and it will later detonate for bonus lightning damage. Right? Another good one is Most First Staff, because you +1 to spell attack rolls or DC. Right? For your ranged, you want to use Bow of Awareness because it gives you +1 to initiative. Let's go first. If you do not want to use a spell, or staff, you can use adamantine shield for reducing critical hit damage and using a sword. Right? For your helmet, you want to use either shade spell circlet or Lightbringer. Cloak, there's none, so obviously just pick whatever if you get to. If you're using a spell sparkler, the good armor is Protective Sparks Wall. It'll allow you to get additional bonus to armor class and saving throws with lightning charges. For gloves, you have 4 decent ones. Gloves of Belligerent Skies, Daredevil Gloves, Braces of Defense, and Gloves of Missile Snaring. Missile Snaring ones allows you to be, they're more defensive, allows you to negate enemy ranged attacks. Brace of Defense gives you +2 to armor class, as long as you do not have shield and not wearing any armor. Daredevil Gloves gives you bonus to attack spell rolls, and making a Scorching Ray and later Eldritch Blast succeed more. Right? But if you're using Spell Sparkler, definitely go for Gloves of Belligerent Skies, which will apply reverberation when dealing thunder or lightning damage. For boots, the best ones is Disintegrating Knight. For Amulet Missed Steps, pretty good. For rings, you can go with Ring of Protection and Ring of Absolute Force, but that's up to you. For mid game, Spell Sparkler, Darkfire Shortbow allows you to get haste, without using a spell slot. If you still want to use a melee and a shield, Catholic Shield or Shield of Devotion are pretty good. For helmet, Covered Cowl, which while obscured, the number you need to roll a critical hit while attacking is reduced by 1. Or if you don't want to use that, you can use First Break a Helm. Gives you +1 bonus to spell DC, and you gain +1 bonus to initiative rolls. For cloaks, Thunderskin Cloak and Cloak of Protection. For robes, Potent Robes. Yeah, your cantrips deal additional damage equal to your Charisma modifier, and at the beginning of the wearer's turn, the robe activates, granting temporary hit points equal to your Charisma modifier. And since you're Charisma based, you'll be able to get that. For gloves, Belligerent Skies are pretty good. For boots, we already have them. Amulet, that's up to you. For rings, Callous Glow Ring, Corsetting Ring, and Everside Ring, and Ring of Twilight are pretty good. Now we'll get to late game. So for late game, you can use Rasfody or Blade of the First Blood. If you don't want to use them, if you want to use staffs, Staff of Spell Power is pretty good, but the best one is the staff that we have over here, which is Marco Heskir. I butchered it, I apologize. It gives you +1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls. You also be able to get you're able to imbue it with different elements like fire for bonus fire damage, lightning for lightning charge generated, and so on. If you're using just Eldritch Blast, set it to Bolts of Doom. Right. For your ranged, go for Deadshot. The reason why is you will need to roll 1 less on a critical, right? And you get yeah, that's pretty much for the bow. Sorry for that. For your helmet, you can use the Hood of the Weave. You gain +2 to bonus spell save and spell attack rolls. Pretty huge, right? But if you don't want to use that, you can go, if you want to get max charisma, you go with Perfect. Gives you +2 to charisma. Right? And if you can get the Mirror of Loss, you can get it up to 24. No, as long as you also get anti-ethel hair. Cloaks. Cloak of the Weave is pretty good because what it does is gives you direct boost to attack rolls. Gives you more success. Gives you +1 to bonus spell save and a spell attack rolls. For robes, there is few. You can go Robe of the Weave, Armor of Landfall, or Potent Robe. Robe of the Weave is good because it gives you +1 to spell save and spell attack rolls, and gives you temporary, or gives you some HP if you succeed a saving throw. It also gives you +2 to armor class. Go Armor of Landfall, because it gives you advantage on Constitution saving throw, spell save DC, and an additional spell, right? Okay, Plant Growth. But the better one would be the Potent Robe, because, well, it gives your cantrips an additional damage equal to your Charisma. For gloves, you can go with Riker Bracers for Telekinesis. It's pretty cool. Another good one are Spellbind Gloves, because they give you, when casting a spell that requires an attack roll, you gain, or you can take -5 penalty to the roll to deal an additional 1d8 damage, which is pretty good, especially if you have high chance to hit. It'll be pretty good. For boots, well, boots of Genial Shredding or Disintegrating are pretty good, right? Amulet, Spellcrack's Amulet just to get spell restoration. It's pretty good. For rings, you can go with Risky Ring, provides advantage on attack rolls, so you have more chances to get hits and higher chance to get crit rolls, and Callous Glow Ring are pretty good. But you can go with almost any other ring, it's up to you. If you like to be a bit more chaos based, Ring of Fable Sparks pretty good. And if you want to be able to heal yourself, Ring of Regeneration is also pretty amazing. Okay? That is pretty much it for this build. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it showed that SorLocks can be more than just Eldritch Blast. But with that said, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.